Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. Just got to watch the Lakers preseason game against the Warriors. It's like the second time we played the Warriors in the preseason. I think we're playing most of the opponents twice, so that's kind of how this is going. Of course, the Lakers are shorthanded with injuries all over the place now. THT out, Trevor Reeves is out, Malik Monk's out. So we're dealing with a little bit of being banged up, but being that it's the preseason, you know nothing counts, so it's okay. We did not win tonight, but we did see the big three. And to be honest with you, I didn't get a chance to see the first half, so I can't really speak to that right now. I'll go back and watch those highlights later, but it doesn't matter because it gives me this whole second half to talk about. And I think what I saw in that second half, the score was already out of hand, was just a lot of young players on this team that are trying to make it and playing real tight. And, of course, it didn't help that they had to deal with players like Avery Bradley and Juan Toscano Anderson, players that really play defense. It makes it even more difficult. But, all in all, I think the Lakers are now going to have to figure out who they want to keep. They got Mac McClung down there. You got Ayai down there. Of course, you got Trevlin Queen. You got Shawnee Brown. New guy at the center position as well, whose name escapes me. We got some guys down there who are going to be fighting for a position. And, of course, we know we got Sekou Doumbouya signed a two-way deal with us as well. So I'd expect to see him in the next preseason game or somewhere thereafter, I believe. But it's just about what the Lakers want to do with their contracts, two-way contracts, who they want to keep around. I'm rooting for the kid Trevlin Queen because I like his length and his metrics, but he really didn't do himself a lot of favors down the stretch of the game, and that I think may end up being some footage that ultimately hurts his chances with this squad. But I just think his skill set, what he brings to the table. I love some of the plays I saw down from him before he started turning the ball over. Made a nice little play where he created for others. He kind of did a little spin move, uses dribble moves, kind of get into the paint and then pass it off for somebody who got a dunk. That was a heck of a play. So you could clearly see there's good stuff with that particular player, but I just thought that ultimately you turned the ball over twice down the stretch when you're down like 7. The game was still in reach. And you're down there with a bunch of guys who are all fighting for their lives. It's not the last thing you want to see in the footage, put it like that. That's not what you want to see. So yeah, that was that. Shawnee Brown, a lot of these guys just didn't get a lot of playing time. They played down the stretch of the game, so it wasn't really much to say. They were playing in garbage time, and like I said, they had Avery Bradley on the floor. And see, that's the thing. I was watching Mac McClung down the stretch of the game. I was hopeful to see him make some shots, get to do something that makes us remember him. But he had Avery Bradley on him. Like, how's he supposed? And that's what sucks. It's like, these guys are fighting for their lives, but teams have different goals. Teams are trying to do different things. They want to see different things. And, a guy like Mac McClung should, in a perfect world, he's not going up against an all-world defender when he's fighting for his career, fighting for his spot on this team. So it's something that kind of made me say, that kind of sucks. But what I was able to see that really stood out also in that second half particularly was just, once again, the playmaking of Austin Reeves and the sound nature that he uses to run the floor. He's just an excellent sound young mind as it pertains to basketball mind. I just don't think we really realized how much of a support he would be for us until we actually got him down there. And now that we had this kid on the team, I think he's actually going to have a real rotation. I can totally see why they pulled him up to the big leagues and gave him a real contract, but I think he's actually going to be a real rotational player for us because he's just smarter than some of the guards that we have running down there, some of the young guys that we have down there. He's smarter than them. He's better defensively in terms of keeping himself in positions to be disruptive. And then, like I said, his playmaking is really good, and his shooting ability is really good. So we found a gem, a real one, someone that makes other people better, and I just am very, very happy to have him here, man. I am. I just know that his skill set and what he does is going to help us because we have to deal with, the possibility of Russell Westbrook struggling as a facilitator. We really are seeing signs of that being a thing, and it's not surprising. We know Russell Westbrook's game. We know who he is. It's what, year 15, 16 for him? He turns the ball over. But some of the turnovers that he's doing are some of the same turnovers we've always seen him do, and they just make you scratch your head about him. Like, Talk about those cross-court passes that he kept making in the first game. And then he turned the ball over and did it that way in the second game. Well, I didn't see the first half, so I don't know how he was doing. But one of the things that I was able to see in the second half was him attempt another one of those passes against the same team in the same spot. Like, it's the same pass. The same pass that I said he would need to look at and see in the footage and know not to ever do again. It's the same pass he's trying to attempt on this team again for a third straight game. And I'm just saying to myself, Rusty, what are we gonna do with you, man? We can't win this way. I hate to be the guy that's overreacting in the preseason, but certain things are just common damn sense, bro. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting different results. How many times are you going to do a cross-court pass to the left side of the court to the three-point line with it being covered with a Golden State Warrior there to take it and run it in other directions? See, that's the problem with his particular pass. He's throwing it to the top of the left side of the three-point line, which means that's an outlet pass that's going straight the other way if somebody intercepts it. It's hard to defend that in transition. You're going to likely end up sending that person to the line. They're going to finish. So it's like that's the worst type of turnover. That's like a pick six in football. So it's like, bro, if you're going to keep on doing that, I, as a fan, ain't going to trust you as a point guard. I'm not. I'm going to be the guy saying I love Russell Westbrook, but I want HBK on the floor. Because I know he's going to at least make sound plays. He's going to hit his shots. I would never disrespect Russell Westbrook to say that he can't play in this league with us or win with us or some stupid crap like that. But there's something to be said for just somebody who really, really is careless with the basketball. He's always been careless with the basketball. And it seems that that's not going to be something he's going to be able to shake off in purple and gold. So for me, that's a big thing. I ain't going to front. I ain't going to front. And I'm not surprised because this is who he is. And I know he's going to do great things too when we get our system together. You know what I mean? When we have a real game plan down there, because we're still formulating that. And so on and so forth. But my thing is this. Even without a game plan, even when you're just freelancing, guys on the court on street ball, you don't have plays. You're not running plays. You know what I'm saying? You're not necessarily out there with people you play with all the time. Sometimes some stuff is just basketball, bro. And when a guy throws a cross-court pass into defense, like literally into defenders, you have to wonder where his head is at. And then to do it again and again and again and again. It's like, brother, this doesn't work in street ball, fam. You can't do this against a bunch of ninth graders. Like, you can't do this against a bunch of ninth graders is what I'm trying to say. You can't do this against kids. Like, don't do that pass, Russ. That's all I'm saying, bro. That particular pass where you whip it with your right hand from the top of the key to the three-point line on the left side. Stop that, please. Because even though it's preseason, and even though we don't have a system, and I know it's a lot of stuff to adjust, and I know all that, at the end of the day, that pass will never work. Never. In any way, shape, or form, any form of basketball. That's literally basketball IQ. Don't toss cross-court passes. So that's all I wanted to say about that, man. That drove me nuts. I can't believe he's still doing that. But anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Like, the presence of Austin Reeves, a.k.a. Hillbilly Kobe, a.k.a. AR-15, because he got a lot of aliases already, is going to help us with not needing him on the floor, in theory, to run our offense. Because, of course, Bron's going to always be out there, right? So it's not really necessary that we have a primary playmaker be Russell Westbrook at all. So all we'll need is somebody who can do some secondary playmaking for him when Bron ain't down there or what have you. Russell is who we expect to do that. And he's a high-usage player. But I'm telling you, if them turnovers continue like that, I'm not going to trust Russell Westbrook. That's what it's going to come down to. And if I feel that way as a fan, I'm pretty sure others will as well. So this is going to get interesting. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not even going to front. Because it's just one of those situations where you have to wonder, is this something that's going to carry over? And if it does, when is it going to harm us the worst? Is he going to do this in the NBA Finals, Game 7? Like, is he going to attempt some bullcrap like that? You just wonder. You know, you'd like to think that'll never happen, but you have to wonder. And then if it comes down to it, will there be a horrible worst case scenario where we're sitting him down the stretch of an important game because we don't trust him? Like, could it get that bad? I don't want to be that pessimistic, but it's possible. Honestly, it is. It really is possible. He's going to have to reel it in terms of just some of the stuff that he's willing to do out there and chances he's willing to take with the basketball. And he's been like that his whole career. But if we're going to win this championship, some of this ain't gonna work, bro. Let's keep it real. It's not going to work. So let's see what the team does. Let's see what the team puts together in terms of a formula for winning. Let's see if they can get some more basketball time between that trio. You know what I mean? The sky is not falling. It's not by any stretch of the imagination. We just have some things we need to work out. But the alarm bells are sounding in regards to seeds of doubt being planted in my head about whether or not I trust Russell Westbrook as my playmaker down there. Having real trouble. Now, when it comes down to a system that's meant for him, we've seen him. We know what he can do. It's not a question. But can he operate outside of a system like that and still give you quality possessions? That is going to be the magic question right there. When he ain't running the show and it ain't catered for him to do the things that he does, can he be of service or is he going to be detrimental? And what I see is when the system ain't in place, he doing stuff like this, and that's a problem. So that is what it is, man. What else? That's all I can really give you because, of course, I didn't see that first half. So I'll nip it in the bud and just say that I'm happy about the fact that the preseason is coming along. I don't care about the wins and the losses. I just, like I said, I'm getting what I need to see. That's the most important thing. As a fan, I need this data. I know now that I can trust HBK and that Russell Westbrook is going to be a question mark for me. You know, it just is what it is. What else? There's some other things. Kendrick Nunn, I saw he was aggressive out there. Man. That second half was just really a whole lot of Austin Reeves. Really, a whole lot of Austin Reeves. That's what stood out, honestly, in terms of positive things. It was him doing a lot for the team, on both sides of the floor, with the time he's given. So I'd give him the game ball if we won. You know, I honestly would. Who knows what? And I don't count the first half because it was the big threes. They're working their own thing out. But for the second half with the kids, he gets the game ball. My name is BDF44, man. I thank y'all for watching.